Most people know Cabernet Sauvignon, which is more typically grown in California. On the East Coast, Cab Franc is a more prevalent grape. The main reason is it ripens about 2 weeks earlier, so you can pick it about 2 weeks sooner. And the season that you generally pick the Cab Franc is late October. So when you're looking at like an extra 2 weeks on top of that, once you hit November, as everybody knows, when you get that time frame, last year was Sandy, the year before that was the snowstorm. So it's kind of one of those things that more people rely on for, wintertime, a glass on its own to warm you up, or, even with food, steak, spaghetti. I mean, anything in nice cooler, it can stand up to a lot more spice and a lot more black pepper than a lot of lighter wines would be able to do. So you can really pair it with some really nice, fabulous, fun things.
I noticed you have a lot of marriage in your family, and all your glasses say celibate.
Celebrate.
Oh.
You don't have to worry about that with us.
I've had too much wine.
So what other places have you guys gone to?
Another. This is our first.
Oh, really?
We're debating about how many more we're going to.
Yeah. Now this is the Gewürztraminer, which, as you can tell, is a very German name. Gewürztraminer is similar to like a Riesling, and it's grown in similar areas than Riesling is. You're going to notice that perfuminess that comes on the nose. It's very, very beautiful smell. You're going to get that perfuminess on the palate too. But the major difference between Riesling and Gewürztraminer is you're going to notice on the back end of the palate, you get a little bit of like a spicy lychee feel that comes naturally with the grape. Also, it tends to just be a little bit of a different consistency as well. It's not as light and crisp. It's a little bit fuller, a little bit heavier on the palate as well.
It's lovely, but I would not. I mean, it really is. It's very interesting.
Well, I say that.
Perfumey.
Yes. It's a grape that people, there's no about it. People really enjoy it or they really don't enjoy it. Because a lot of people with white wines, they're very light, very crisp. A lot of acid that comes across with it, unless you're doing Chardonnay and then it has the oak to kind of give it a little bit fullness. This has a little bit more heaviness to it, a little bit more complexity than you would normally see in a white wine. And the texture, I think, is one thing that people either can't get over as well, because it definitely is a little bit more viscous on the palate, kind of sits a little bit heavier. It's definitely one of these grapes that not as many people know about, that we'd like to introduce people to, but it's definitely also people like it or they don't like it.
Now,
awesome.
Does anyone actually stop grapes? Because I've worn my Lucy grape stomping up.
Give him a tub. Give her a great
Mostly, the way it worked before is you stomping the grapes is you pushing the pressure out, and then there'd be holes along the sides, and all of the juice would flow out and be the way of. Now we have these wonderful machines that you just push a button and it does it for you. And it gets it.
People like
This is the best one I've been to.
Oh,
and it may be that it's private. I mean, if you go to a place where everybody's lined up at the counter, obviously the people behind the counter, as much knowledge as they have, don't have the time to do what you've done. This has been fantastic.
Well, we should, I guess, wrap it up a little bit. But thank you so much for this. This was.
Okay, sure thing.
I'm going to pick up this.
Yeah, if you want to.
Actually, yes. While you're going in.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to those 3.